Louise Hay looked herself in the eye every single morning and said, "I love you. I really love you," right up until the end of her life. Let me admit something. The first time I tried this, I cried. Not from sadness. I just could not believe how foreign it felt to look in the mirror and say those 3 words to myself. If part of you just heard that and thought, "That sounds so weird, I could never do that," then you are exactly who this video is for. Because today I'm going to walk you through exactly how this exercise works, why it feels so uncomfortable the first few times, and how many days it actually takes before you feel something shift. And no, this is not just another think positive gimmick. Stick with me, because there are 3 mistakes almost everyone makes with this exercise. Mistakes that make people quit way too early. You are going to avoid all 3. So what is this technique really? Louise Hay described mirror work in her book, You Can Heal Your Life, as one of the most powerful tools for self-healing. The idea sounds simple. You look in the mirror, you look yourself in the eyes, and you say loving things to yourself. But here is the truth nobody tells you. This might be one of the most uncomfortable exercises you will ever do. Think about how we normally use a mirror. We fix our hair, we check for a blemish, we think, "I look tired today." We have trained ourselves to use the mirror as a tool for criticism. So turning it into a tool for love feels completely unnatural to our brain at first. And that is exactly why it works. Because you are confronting that critical inner voice head on. Let's get into the actual steps. Here is exactly what you need to do. Step 1. Pick the right time and place. Mornings work well, while you are brushing your teeth or getting ready. Your bathroom mirror is ideal because you are already looking at it several times a day. Don't try to build a brand new ritual from scratch. Just attach this to something you already do. Step 2. Look into your eyes, not at your face. This detail matters more than people think. Most people look at a mirror and study their face, their skin, their wrinkles. That is not the point here. You need to look directly into your own eyes. Why? Because the eyes are the most direct path to the subconscious mind. Look at your face and you slip into critique mode. Look into your eyes and you start building a real connection. Step 3. Start with your name. Say, "I," and then your name. "I love you. I really love you." Using your name makes the sentence personal, and it sends a clearer message to your subconscious. Step 4. Keep it simple. Don't overdo it. In the early days, you do not need long speeches. Just repeat that one simple line a few times. Over time, you can start talking to yourself about whatever you are dealing with that day. Something like, "I have a tough meeting today, but I can handle this. I love you." Step 5. Notice what comes up, without judging it. You might smile. Your eyes might well up. You might feel a strange discomfort. Whatever comes up, let it come up. Don't push it away, just observe it. Now let's be honest about why this feels so strange the first time, because nobody really tells you this part. The first time you try it, you will probably feel one of a few things. Embarrassment. Saying "I love you" to yourself can feel deeply awkward, especially if you were raised to be humble, to never brag about yourself, to keep your head down. Standing in front of a mirror telling yourself you are loved goes directly against that programming. A harsh inner voice showing up. Some people expect warmth and instead hear anger or sadness rise up unexpectedly. That is normal. Louise Hay would say that is actually part of the healing. It means a suppressed emotion is finally surfacing. Feeling fake. "I'm saying this, but I don't actually feel it," is an incredibly common thought. Here is what matters. Keep saying it even when you don't feel it yet. This is not a performance. It's building a new habit. Think of it like a muscle. You don't feel strong the first time you go to the gym. You get stronger by showing up again and again. If you're feeling any of that, it does not mean you are doing this wrong. It actually means the exercise is hitting exactly the spot it is supposed to hit. So what do real people actually experience? A lot of people describe major resistance in the first few days, sometimes the whole first week. Some laugh nervously while looking in the mirror. Others find themselves crying out of nowhere. The one thing almost everyone has in common is that in the beginning it feels forced, almost fake. But the people who stick with it usually report a noticeable shift after 2 to 3 weeks. They say the voice they use with themselves gets a little softer. They start catching themselves mid-criticism faster than before. Some describe catching themselves automatically saying, "Calm down, I love you," during a stressful moment, and being surprised that it just happened on its own, without any conscious effort. That's the moment it stops being a deliberate exercise and starts becoming an automatic response. One more important point. This change rarely shows up as one big, dramatic breakthrough moment. It's usually a series of small realizations. One day, you just notice that when you look in the mirror, you are not immediately hunting for flaws anymore. So how long does it actually take to see results? This is the question people ask the most. There's no exact universal timeline because everyone's subconscious programming is different. But here's a general framework. The first 1 to 3 days, expect discomfort and resistance. That's completely normal. Don't quit here. 1 to 2 weeks in, the exercise starts to feel a bit more natural. You might still not fully believe it, but it stops feeling so strange. 2 to 4 weeks in, a lot of people start noticing small shifts in daily life. A slightly kinder inner voice, bouncing back faster after a stressful moment. 1 to 3 months in, for people who stay consistent, this becomes a real habit, and there's usually a more lasting softening in how they see themselves. Here's what I want to underline. This is not a magic wand. If you do it once and decide, that didn't work, you won't feel anything. Louise Hay herself emphasized that this is a daily practice, not a one-time experience. Now, the 3 most common mistakes. Mistake number 1, expecting instant results. People do this exercise and expect to immediately feel amazing. When that doesn't happen, they say, "This doesn't work," and quit. But the point isn't an instant burst of happiness. It's reshaping your inner voice over time. Mistake number 2, only doing it during a crisis. Some people only run to the mirror when they're already falling apart. But the real power of this exercise comes from consistency. Doing it on good days, too, sends a much stronger message to your subconscious. Mistake number 3, judging yourself for not feeling it. Looking in the mirror and thinking, "I don't feel this, I must be failing," is one of the most common traps. Remember, feeling resistance is a natural part of this process. Being patient with yourself is actually part of the exercise itself. So here's the takeaway. Louise Hay's mirror work looks simple on the surface, but it's a deeply powerful exercise. It's hard precisely because it puts you face to face with a critical voice you've been carrying for years. If you're going to try this today, remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. Just look in the mirror, say your name, and say, "I love you." Feeling weird about it is not a problem. In fact, it might be a sign that you're doing it exactly right. Have you ever tried this before? How did it feel? Let me know in the comments. Let's learn from each other. See you in the next video.